Senator has the floor.
Thank you, Madam President, and welcome. It's a pleasure to have you here.
Thank you.
Madam President, as we stand here on this day that recognizes Dr. Martin Luther King, I would like to share with the members one of the last speeches he gave 4 days before Memphis in 1968. And he talked about Rip Van Winkle, actually. And he talked about the fact that when Rip Van Winkle went up the mountain, there was a picture of King George III on that mountain. And he went up and he slept for 20 years. And when he came back down the mountain, there was a picture of George Washington. And what Rip realized is that in that 20-year period, a revolution had taken place. And that he indeed had, slept through a revolution. And that, things tend to happen when you are asleep. And Rip realized that he had indeed slept through a revolution. And Dr. King said that, here we are in the midst of great political and social change. And that all too often we find ourselves in the midst of this great social and political change. And too often many of us find ourselves sleeping through a revolution. However, I want those of us sitting here on this floor to understand something. That my colleagues and I are not going to sleep through a revolution. We're not going to sleep through social and political change. That if you stick a knife in my back 12 inches and pull it out 6, we're not going to call that progress. And we're going to remain awake. We're going to remain alert. And we're going to remain watchful over the course of whatever occurs and ensure that we are going to be practical and alert and mindful of whatever is happening through whatever you're calling a revolution or whatever you're calling change. Because we have constituencies out there who understand that they elected us to be watchful in this revolution, and we will be. Thank you, Madam President.